Okay, now before we assemble, I'm going to show you how to make the leaves that I've made. I've done one already, just to give you a little bit of an idea. We're going to do one more, and this is much like the teardrop shape for our flower petals, except instead of pinching on one side, we pinch on both sides. So again, we're going to insert the paper into the quilling tool and start turning. We'll put it in our little curling coach at the same size setting that we used for the petals for the flower. Keep turning. We'll get our little curling coach. We'll put it right in there. Pick it up and glue it. Just glue this little side down a little bit. Okay, and then instead of pushing this down and pinching just this, we're going to pinch on both sides. Make sure that's kind of in the middle. It's kind of in the middle, and then we're just going to pinch. So we just want like a little leaf to go on our card. All right, so we have two of those. We have our petals, we have our stem. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue our stem down first. Because we're going to have our petals kind of overlapping it, so it makes the most sense to go ahead and get that done. So let's just go ahead and apply some glue to our stem. Just a couple little spots here and there, and you can use your fingers to pick it up, but I really like using tweezers whenever possible because I feel like it's easier to get more precise placement. Go ahead and put that there. All right, so we have our little center of the flower, we have our stem. We'll go ahead and start placing our flower petals. Now, as you make these, you may notice that they get more consistent over time, but if you're a beginner like me, they're not going to be the exact same every single time. There's always going to be one or two little variations depending on how hard you've pressed, if you've made it the right size, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start figuring out where we want to place these before we glue them on. So we have 6 of these petals. You can also easily do it with just 5. 5 looks great. 6 looks great as well. Please ignore the dog barking in the background. So we're going to go ahead and put our petals in place like this. So that's where we want them. You can, of course, adjust how these are pointing. You can flip them over if you like one side better than the other. So let's go ahead and start gluing these in place. So we're going to go ahead and grab this one, and we're just going to place a little bit of glue right down there. And we're going to put our first petal right there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and move these others away, and we'll do our other petal directly above it. That way we can kind of space them out evenly. Alright, so that's 2 petals down, and we'll go ahead and put our other petals in on either side. A little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there. You're going to want to let this dry once you have everything in place, at least I'd say for probably about 30 minutes before you pick it up. Just to be on the safe side. 24 hours is, of course, the best drying time when you're using any type of glue, just to make sure that it has adhered properly and everything is dry. But if you're running last minute like I typically am, then you don't really get 24 hours. So here's what we look like so far. Here's our flower, and then we're just going to add our leaves right here and here probably. Yeah. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue here, and a little bit of glue here. Again, what I love about this paper craft glue so much by Elmer's is that it dries clear. So if for some reason I put too much glue on or I don't have it in exactly the right spot, it's still going to be fine. So here's our card. Isn't that cute? And you'll see, if we look at it like this, that it's off of the paper. Obviously, it's off of the top of the card, but it's not so thick to where we can't put it in an envelope. I usually use, let me grab one, craft brown envelopes for all of my projects, just simply because I like the look of it. But of course, you can get any type of envelope that you want, any color cardstock that you want. It's really, the sky is really the limit when it comes to this, because you can customize the colors, you can customize the size, and hopefully, as I get better at it, and you get better at it too, we can start doing more elaborate projects together. So here you go. Let me know in the comments what you think.